Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Spookalai here, and folks, we are here today to tell you some amazing news. We are now part of a Battle Federation. Now for those of you who don't know what that is, it is similar to the UCL, or the GBA, which is the Global Battle, GBA is Global Battle Association, and UCL is Ultimate League Challenge? No. Ultimate League Circuit or something like that. Either way, it's pretty much a group of people getting together and doing a team-style formatting, where format battling, which is pretty much you will be drafting Pokemon from a certain group or list or tier, and then using 12 Pokemon, up to 12. It could be 15, it could be so and so, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, it's up to 12 Pokemon can be used, and you're only allowed those 12 Pokemon unless you trade it off with someone after each week. But you're pretty much the coach of that team. So, folks, without further ado, I'm proud to say that I am the coach for the Baton Rouge Bayonets. So either way, folks, I actually have a little image right here. If I can make it pop up on screen, poof. Or poof, whichever future me is doing. But either way, folks, this team thing is gonna be, it's not super big, but it's not small. It's about 7 participants total, and I think this is season 2 of the thing, so I'm joining in for season 2. Pretty much the tiers for this season are the NU and PU tiers. So earlier today we drafted our NU and PU Pokemon, and I'm about to show you guys what I chose. So let me just switch it on over. There we go. So first up, we're doing the NU Mons, and my first NU pick. I thought, maybe I shouldn't do that. Hold on, shenanigans are afoot, folks. I chose my first NU. Come on. Let me lower the stupid thing, dang it. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. Anyway, my first NU pick was Cradily. Now, the way the order worked, because it was a randomly generated order, who got to choose what. If someone else chose a Pokemon, you can't get it. Pretty much what happened was this. I got last in the tiering order. So, I was extremely worried about what I'm going to get. I'm not going to be able to get to this Pokemon in time. I'm last, so every time it refreshes, I'm not going to be able to get any Pokemon, any of the good ones. But turns out they did it a different order. They decided to do snaking it, which is you go down, then up, then down again. So pretty much, I was able to do 2 picks at a time since I was the last in the list. So I got really lucky on that one, folks. Okay, so my first pick, like I said, was Cradily. And I did this thinking long and hard about what do I really need. I thought about it and I decided I need a Pokemon that's got some bulk behind it, can also set up rocks, and can also do some offensive playing. Now, recently, for those of you who don't know, I actually bred my own shiny Cradily Mantrap, which I think is my most recent Masuda method. And so far, it works beautifully. I'm able to run physical on it. I can run special on it. You can use it for bulkiness and setting up. So, thinking that, I was like, you know what? Cradily is probably a pretty powerful option. Plus, with it having the access to Storm Drain, it gives me a good water type immunity, which a good bit of my team could rely on. So that's pretty much why I chose Cradily as my first option. And by the way, folks, pretty much this whole video is just gonna be me going through the video, going through my options, why I chose them, etc., etc. So I'm sorry if it does get a little long. It's just gonna be me telling you all why I chose this and that. So afterwards, I learned I could get my second option, and I thought I needed a Rapid Spinner. You need a Rapid Spinner if you're gonna be if you're trying to do serious battling with a battle format kind of thing like this, with a GBA kind of thing. So I decided in the long run, I looked at what I could get with Rapid Spin. My options were kind of limited, but I wanted to go with something I've worked with before. Obviously though, Ferrothorn was not in this, so I went with Ferroseed. Now, Ferroseed's a decent mon. It gets, I'm pretty sure it gets access to Rapid Spin. Oh my, it does not. Well then. Wait, why didn't it get access to Rapid Spin? That's weird. Well then, that's really not good. Oh well. I still have it for Stealth Rocks, and it's still a pretty bulky mon in its own right. That's my fault though, folks. I was almost 100% sure this thing learned Rapid Spin, but that's what I get for not checking it beforehand. Maybe down the line somewhere I could trade it with someone. I'll see about that. But either way, like I was saying, first off, an Eviolite would be perfect for this little guy. Because 91 defense, 86 special defense, he's got pretty good defenses. He's not strong, mind you, but he could still set up rocks, he could still be a useful tank, and since he's only got one weakness, which is fire, because I'm pretty sure... No, wait, it would be... No, it's fire and fighting, my bad, folks, but still... He's still a pretty big, he's still a pretty good way to switch into walls. He could probably set up some moves, because let's see, he gets Explosion, he gets Facade, he gets Gyro Ball, which is really useful, because he's slow as dirt with only 10 speed. He gets Giga Drain, he gets the Hidden Powers, Leech Seed. He could set up Leech Seed, and I could switch out for opponents, Toxic Stall him. So, all in all, he's not the worst option. He's not bad in the long run. So, after waiting for... yeah, I kind of admit I screwed up on that part. I kind of wish I went for someone else, my other option, which was going to be Sandslash, but that's kind of gone now. And I can't change my picks unless I trade with someone, so I'll have to start talking to people and seeing something about that. But either way, next up, I was looking over the list and trying to figure out, because as we go along, each person's choices get shown to us. So, looking it up, because since I'm at the bottom of the list, I get to see what everyone's choices were before me, I realized something. A lot of ground types, flying types, grass types, they were all being chosen. So, and poison types, there was a poison type too that got chosen. So I decided for my third pick for the NU tier, I was going to go with Jynx. Now, Jynx is a Pokemon I've used maybe once before, so I'm not 100% on what Jynx does and what Jynx doesn't do. All I know is with base 115 special attack, base 95 special defense and speed, she's not taken down so easily. Now, don't get me wrong, defense, she's got ability defenses. She can't take that physical hit. She can't take a slap to the face, but still though. She gets access to Blizzard, Ice Beam, a few other moves that could be useful for her. I'm pretty sure the one problem I have with her... Oh, she even gets Magical Coat and stuff like that, so she could bounce back stuff if I need her to. But like I said, the one problem with her is being Psychic Ice, she has a weakness to Bug. And seeing as my last two Pokemon also have a weakness to Fire, I needed something to cover that. So, when I got my next pick... Actually, no. My pick after this one was what I came to for that one. After that, I also thought, what's another Pokemon type? What's something that, like, comes in that can counter me? And I thought about it for a little bit. There wasn't really much because I wasn't thinking too far ahead of it. But I decided I needed some more physical bulk. We got Special Bulk. We had a Spinner, I thought. We've got a Special Attacker. I want to get some physical offense and some physical bulk. That's why my fourth choice was Muk. That's right, folks. Muk. With a powerful 105 physical attack and a powerful 100 special defense and 105 HP, Muk is not taking down... he's just eating every hit up. He is not scared of anything. Plus, this thing gets a good move pool. To be honest with you folks, it gets the Elemental Punches, it gets Poison Jab, Brick Break, it gets Body Slam, Disable, Gunk Shot. Wait, why did I say Disable? I meant Explosion, that's what I meant, because it's right above it. It gets a ton of good moves, folks, and honestly, I think if I wanted to play it right, I might even be able to run like a special set on it. It gets Poison Touch too, so that's really useful because I could be fire punching and getting either the burn or the poison off. And with that, I'll be able to poison my opponent's teams, take them down, slowly whittle them down while my other mons take care of it. So that's pretty much why I chose Muk. I think he's going to be a good choice. He was a good addition to the team. I'm definitely not mad about choosing him, but either way, This was when I realized I had a huge weakness to fire types, being Cradily, Ferroseed, and Jinx. I think they're all weak to fire. Actually, no, Cradily I don't think is weak to fire because of the rock typing, but still. Either way, folks, I noticed I had a fire type weakness that was getting bigger. So I was thinking ahead. I looked it over. I tried to see what water types they had I can choose from in NU. There weren't many options, I admit, but I also tried to look at some other stuff, like what other weaknesses did I have. I noticed I had a weakness to flying types, weirdly enough. Like, even though it doesn't look like it, I really had nothing with except for Jinx to cover it. Plus, I figured down the line it would be nice to have something that could counter water types as long as these guys go. So I looked it over. I tried to look for coverage mixed with it, so I realized what I could go with. I chose Lanturn. Lanturn is a monster in its own regards. It gets both Volt Absorb and Water Absorb, so it can either soak up the water hits or the electric type hits, which is really good considering we've got Cradily for Storm Drain. So Cradily handles the water, Lanturn can handle the electric. Boom. Not to mention this thing gets a very good little move pool. It gets Dazzling Gleam, Discharge, Thunderbolt. It gets access to... Wait, no, I thought it said Psychic, my bad. It gets access to Hydro Pump, Ice Beam. Pretty much a lot of good electric water type moves, especially with the fact it gets access to Volt Switch, which could be good for getting some momentum going, switching up around, deciding on what to get going with us. So there's not really many other reasons why, other than the fact that I needed something to cover the fire type weakness we had, and I wanted to get something that's kind of hard to counter. Because to be honest with you, the only way to really hit up Lanturn is to go for grass, or I think not even ground, because I think ground is like neutral damage. But yeah, that's pretty much why I chose Lanturn for this. I honestly am not mad one bit about getting Lanturn, but still, it's a good mon, and I plan to keep on using it. So the final option, though, was actually the hardest option. They still had a few good mons left. I want to say they had, where is it? I had a list that I wrote down, but I think I threw it away. Either way, they had a list of Pokemon that was still good. I think they had, Bouffalant, they had Archeops, that was still not chosen. They had a few good mons left to choose. But I kind of wanted to think, you know, what's something I could bring to the table that no one really expects? What's something out of left field that's really powerful and could really do some damage? So after glancing at it, noticing I had 2 special attackers, 2 bulky mons, and 1 physical attacker, I decided I need to get a physical attacker. So, folks, I chose Kecleon as my last NU option. Now you may be thinking, Spook, why'd you choose Kecleon? That's such a bold mon. Like, oh my god, color change, you're going to be predicted to hell and back. For those of you who do not know, Kecleon gets protein. This thing is literally Jungle Greninja. It's specially defensive Greninja is what it is, more or less. Because with protein, and the fact that it gets a decent sized move pool, it gets Aqua Tail, it gets Body Slam, Brick Break, Drain Punch for recovery, Fake Out for flinching. It gets all these moves that you can see right here, folks. There's a huge list of different options for him. Mix that with like a max attack. That's 279 attack. That's gonna hurt coming against a lot of Pokemon, especially with Stab bonus. That Stab is gonna just mix into it, give him a Life Orb or an Assault Vest, something that'll pick up Oh, another cool thing he gets, I just realized, he gets Recover. So that could be useful too. I just remembered that. But like I was saying, he gets access to all these moves, mix that with Stab, and give him max attack, and I'm sure Kecleon will destroy. So folks, that was my 6th choice for NU. So as I waited for NU to go out, I was thinking about choices for the PU section. Honestly, I looked it over and I decided the one type I really didn't have that I could use was a fire type, because fire type would help counter the bug type weaknesses that Cradily and Jinx had, and it would also help cover the grass type weakness Lantern had. So I looked over the fire types. I really didn't see any one of them that stuck out to me at first. Later on down the line, I realized I could have went with someone else. But I decided I'm gonna go with Magmortar. I mean, not Magmortar. I'm stupid. Heatmor. I went with Heatmor, which, all in all, I'm not mad about. Heatmor's a decent mon. I mean, he gets a good list. He gets a good little group of moves. He gets Fire Blast, Flamethrower. He gets Fire Punch. He gets Focus Blast, Giga Drain. He gets a good bit of different moves to use. The only problem with Heatmor that I kind of got sad about was I glanced at his stats. He's decent stats for a PU tier Pokemon. But like, I don't know what to run with him, I'll be honest. This was kind of like, I want to say this is the one pick I really regret. But then I'm looking at everyone else's teams and I'm like, Heatmor could probably do something. Because he gets Flash Fire, folks. That's fire immunity. That is really useful considering a good portion of our team is weak to fire. We can bring him, say we have Ferroseed on the field and they send out Ninetales. Ninetales could come in, but we could switch out, get the Flash Fire bonus, and then Sucker Punch, or like hit him up with, you can hit him up with Sucker Punch, you can hit him up with, what other moves you get, Knockoffs, Low Kick, stuff like that, and just power himself up. Actually, he could probably even set himself up by the look of it, because he gets Nasty Plot. Did he? I thought he got Nasty Plot. Let me see real quick, make sure. No, he does not. Okay. Did he get Bulk Up? He gets Home Claws. That's what it was. I knew he had one setup move, so I can get Home Claws up. I'm sure with a +2 Home Claws, it could probably do some serious damage to an opponent. So, that's still pretty powerful, plus the accuracy bonus. Nothing's stopping him. He's not missing any shots, so he should be okay for that. All in all, that's kind of why I chose Heatmor, and then it kind of fluctuated what my next thought was, because since it went from NU to PU, our team pick, like our pick list got reset to where it would be different picks, and I was in the direct middle. So folks, I wasn't able to be like, oh hey, I can get 2 choices now. I have to be more careful though, because now I only get 1 choice per round. So, thinking on it and looking at it, I figured I needed more power. Like, we've got good bulk, we've got Cradily, we've got Muck, we've got Ferroseed. Those are all decent bulky Pokemon. And we got Kecleon too. So those are bulk Pokemon. So I needed some more power to mix into it, to give it a little bit more oomph. So I looked at it, I was glancing it over, I was trying to see what Pokemon are powerhouses that I could really use. And after looking it over and thinking about it, I decided on Kingler. Now, Kingler is a destruction all on its own. Base 130 physical attack and base 115 defense. This thing is a monster in its own category, especially when you consider it gets access to Shell Armor or Sheer Force. It gets Sheer Force, which I just learned, apparently. So, giving it Sheer Force, what can it use? It can use Brick Break. It can use Crab Hammer, the strongest water-type move in existence. Well, the strongest physical water-type move. It gets access to X-Scissor, Superpower, Return, Rock Slide. It gets access to so many different moves that can benefit it. Mix it with Sheer Force, or give it Shell Armor, so it's not hit with a crit. Let's see. It's already got it's almost got 300 attack. Kick it up to max, that's 359. The only problem though is Kingler is slow with the base 75 speed, which if you haven't noticed already folks, a lot of our Pokemon are slow. I didn't realize it till afterwards that our Pokemon are a little bit on the slow side. So we're more of a take the hit and hit back harder kind of team at the moment. I might trade out Ferroseed now knowing that he doesn't get Rapid Spin, and I might send it out to someone else for some more of a speedy Pokemon, depending on what people offer. So I'll talk with my team, with the other team members after this. But either way, looking it over and seeing I had 2 water types, I had I admit folks, I was looking at different Pokemon. I was trying to see what I really didn't have. And I figured a ground type would be kind of useful because I saw I saw someone grab a Hippopotas from the not fully evolved section to use for Sandstream, and I figured, you know, I could use a ground type. So my original Sorry about that, folks. But either way, my original option was Golem, but Golem got grabbed, which kind of made me sad. So I decided I'm going to go with my plan B, which is a Pokemon whose baby form we've used quite a lot in our battle streams. I chose Marowak. Now, Marowak is nothing to sneeze at. With 110 defense, he can still eat up hits. Base 80 isn't too great, but equipped with a certain item, which I believe is this, its attack is doubled. So, from 196 times 2, what is that? That's like, let me see, 196 times 2? God damn it. 196 multiplied by 2.
It's 392.
392 base attack. So that's terrifying. That's disgusting, and nothing can live a hit. With Rockhead, he can run Double Edge. He can run freaking, what's some other stuff he gets that he can run? He can run Double Edge. I think he gets Head Smash. Let me see. Does he? No, he gets Iron Head, though. That's kind of useful. Yeah, I was just making double sure. Yeah, he gets Iron Head, which kind of useful. He gets Earthquake. He gets Facade. He gets stuff that hits hard, folks. That's kind of why I chose him. And if I don't want to run Rockhead, I could run Lightning Rod or Battle Armor. Keep him from dodging them crits. Keep the team from losing electric damage. But really, Lightning Rod isn't that useful, to be honest. So it would be either Rockhead or Battle Armor. But still, he's a powerhouse. He's nothing to sneeze at. So that's kind of why I chose Marowak. My next option, folks, which I believe is option 4 for the PU tier. I was kind of, like I said, I keep glancing over, trying to think what I could really use, what I didn't need, what I wanted to grab. Because I had a lot of different options, folks. I wrote down like a whole card. This entire card right here was full. I made another one with my actual team on it. But still, it was full of different options on who I should grab, why I should grab them, what I should do. But all in all, it came down to I kind of wanted to get some more special bulk because we have a lot of physically defensive mons. We've got Marowak, we've got Kingler, Muck. Cradily could be run physical or special. We have a lot of physical mons, physically defensive mons, but we don't have any special defensive. So I was looking it over, I was looking through the tier, trying to see what had a good bit of special defense, but also had a good bit of attack to push back with it. Turns out my answer was Dusknoir. Now, Dusknoir isn't a mon I normally would play with. Because, well, Dusclops is a mon I don't normally play with. Because it's a good mon, but it's an Eviolite mon. Dusknoir, on the other hand, is rocking 100 base attack, 135 defense, and 135 special defense. Of course, that 45 speed is not a good thing. Like I said, a lot of our teams are kind of slow. They're not exactly built for speed. They're built for more of an offensive build. So, more or less, folks, I chose Dusknoir just because I figured he could be useful. Because if I remember right, and I should because I've had to fight the same damn Dusclops about a dozen times already, the Dusclops line gets Trick Room. So if I need to, and if I'm really nervous, I'm going up against a team that's full of speedy Pokemon. I could turn it all around on him by using Trick Room. Dusknoir can definitely eat up a hit, I'm pretty sure, especially if we give him like, I don't know, like 200 special defense. How's that looking? That's 356. How about 200 in this? That's, yeah, 356 in each. And then just pump the rest into attack. He makes him pretty powerful, I'll be honest. So, with that, you can get Trick Room set up. I can have Trick Room support on hand if I need it. And that's not all, folks. He can run other stuff, too. He can run... Let's see what else he gets. I know he gets the Elemental Punch. I know he gets Destiny Bond if I really need to sacrifice him. He gets Double Edge, Earthquake. He gets the power that is... Brick Break. He gets Power Punch for setup. He gets Shadow Punch, which is really good for him because it's a move that does not check accuracy. So pretty much if anyone's trying to be sneaky, bop, Shadow Punch. It gets Shadow Sneak for priority, Sucker Punch for priority. It gets a ton of good moves. Honestly, I'm not mad. I love Dusknoir's. I love that Dusknoir got added into the Baton Rouge Bayonets, and I'm thinking it's going to be a really useful mon throughout the weeks. So hopefully you'll get to see him a few times. I know I'm probably going to be bringing him to a battle or two if I get kind of nervous and not sure what I want to bring with me. But next, folks, you know for a fact I brought a mon that's been this mon to multiple battles. You've seen the danger it can create after just one turn. I decided it was time to pull out the trump card because I had only two chances left to choose mons. I really didn't have any other options that I wanted to go for. I still kind of wanted to grab some physical mons, which looking back on it now, I realize I grabbed a lot of physical mons, but it kind of counteracts it because a lot of the mons I chose in NU can run special. Like, let's see, our special mons can be Cradily, can be Jinx, Lantern, and then in here we've got Heatmore, and I almost want to say this our last option can run special too. I'm not 100% sure on that one yet, but either way, I chose Ursaring, the power, the destruction, the scariest thing on 2 furry feet. So Ursaring here is disgusting. It is ready to party. Slap a Toxic Orb on it with Guts. Goodbye. Give it Quick Feet. Boom, it's faster than fast. Give it Facade. I don't know what you think, but let's see. Max speed. Max attack. 359 attack. Let's say with a Jolly Nature. Okay, so that's 229 speed. That's not great, but that's not horrible. Give it the Toxic Orb and then give it Quick Feet, which increases the speed by 1.5. So that's, let's see, that's 229 times 1.5. I don't know what that would be. Let me see. 229 multiplied by 1.5.
That would be 343.5.
So 304. Let's round it down. Let's say 343 speed. A lot of stuff can't outspeed that. I'll be honest. And with 359 attack, it's going to hit like a truck when it comes to certain moves. Give it Facade. That's Stab Facade. I've been able to do like serious damage to Pokemon with that. And if I'm getting worried, I'm thinking, oh, Toxics take too much. I could put Rest on it. I could put Rest and Sleep Talk on it if I need to. If I want to, I could run Gunk Shot, Hammer Arm, Fire Punch. There's so many options that Ursaring can run that I'm actually happy I really chose it. Give it Quick Feet, and it can outspeed anything on the planet. Well, no, I can't say that. Obviously, there's stuff that is outspeeding it, but it's just I think it's got its place in the PU tier. I'm not scared to use it, and I hope my opponent's gonna be scared when it hits the field. But either way, my last option, which actually, now that I know Pharaoh Seed can't learn Rapid Spin, I'm extremely happy that I chose. Because if I didn't choose this option, we wouldn't have had a hazard remover for the team. We would have got worked on by Stealth Rocks and Toxic Spikes and Spikes. So I decided, I was kind of glancing it over. I was trying to decide a Pokemon that had decent stuff, decent stats to where I can kind of use it. And I also kind of wanted to be something different. I kind of wanted to choose something you wouldn't expect. So I went with Vespiquen. Now, Vespiquen is a Pokemon on itself. It's got 102 in both defenses and 80 in both attacks. All in all, I don't really know how people run Vespiquen because I've never used one. All I know is, though, it gets Default, which is a very important move when we have no spinners now. So we're going to be relying on Vespiquen for taking out any kind of rocks or anything like that before they get out. Or if they get out, because the only thing is, since Vespiquen is bug flying, thank God you made another one of those, Hungarian Freak. Anyway, 4 times weak to rocks is going to hurt. That's going to take 50% on the first, just getting out there. And then if my opponent is able to get the hit off and kill Vespiquen within one shot, then I'm in serious trouble. So Vespiquen is going to be a back burner defogger, and I'm going to have to just be careful using her whenever I bring her out. But other than the defog, if we look at her stats, she could run physical or special, so it's not that bad. She gets access to air slash, acrobatics, she gets bug buzz. I'm trying to see what other kind of moves she gets, folks, real quick. Power gem, that could be useful, because no one really expects it. Signal beam, sludge bomb. She gets access to a good bit of little moves, and she gets U-turn and tailwind if I need it. If I want to run her for support too. Oh, and she gets roost and rest as a healing option. So that's not bad. That's not bad. So yeah, there's not really many other reasons why I chose Vespiquen, other than I was kind of looking at what they had left. Because I know something was eating at me, like Pharaoh Seed's not going to be much if it gets one shot. I'm not going to be able to Rapid Spin, so I better grab something to help me out with that. I chose a defogger, and I hope to God that it doesn't come to bite me in the butt for it, but I think we're going to do good with it. I think we're going to do good. So, more or less, that is our last option for the draft pick for the PU League. I have nothing else to tell y'all except that in a week or two, starting today, we don't really have a specific set date. But what we do have is that I know what team I'm going up against. And apparently I'm going up against the same people who won Season 1 first. So, no pressure, right, guys? But no, actually looking over his team, I can see he has a good bit of Pokemon. But we have ways around his stuff. So I'll be getting into that closer in the week whenever I make my team for this. So, other than that, there's not really much else to say except I hope you all are ready to see the Baton Rouge Bayonets come in, beat the league, and try and win with like I at least want to do 3-0. Well, not 3-0, or like 3 at least. Get 3 wins, 2 losses. Like, try to come out at least ahead for my first ever association battle. So, yeah, that's about it. So other than that, folks, I am sorry that this video ran a little long. I hope you all still enjoyed listening to me ramble about why I chose these mons, and I hope you all are ready to see the battles begin. But other than that, I hope you all just go swipe that like button if you show your support for the channel and the team. If we do really good, we might actually get some Baton Rouge Bayonets merchandise come out. Nothing serious, maybe a team member or two will get on there. But either way, I think it's time we end it off. So like I said, swipe the like button. If you're new to the channel and you like content of various qualities, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, if you like Pokemon content, if you like Minecraft, if you like video game content in general, make sure you can also hit that subscribe button to be a powerful member of Spook City. So, folks, you can be a member of one of the greatest communities that hit the scene. But either way, I think it's time we say goodbye. So, folks, I'm Spookalai, your coach of the Baton Rouge Bayonets, and I'll see you all in the next video. Stay spooky, folks! Bye, guys!